Okay, let's go.
Sunday morning, June 7th, 2026, Kentucky men's basketball coach Mark Pope landed his highest-ranked high school recruit ever, earning a commitment from the number 6 overall recruit in the class of 2027, five-star wing Ryan Hampton. He could be listed as a shooting guard, could be listed as a small forward. He's just a shooter.
Right.
That's what we know. He is a shooter. Here is what made it even sweeter. Nobody saw it coming. Even with Hampton's official visit to Lexington, which we all talked about, we talked about it on this show. And it was scheduled over the weekend from the 5th to 7th. No one thought Hampton was on commitment watch. Pope and his staff sealed the deal mid-visit. BBN woke up Sunday morning to the best news in college basketball. So who is Ryan Hampton? Let's get to know your new Wildcat. He is 6'6", 190 pounds, five-star wing, small forward. He is number 1 at his position nationally. He is a DME Academy in Daytona Beach, Florida. He's number 6 overall pick, number 10 overall if you take all the composites, and he is the number 1 shooter in the 2027 class. He will play for Kentucky in the 2027-2028 season. He had offers from 27 schools, including North Carolina State, Auburn, Nebraska, Arizona State, Indiana, Kansas, Maryland, Tennessee, Texas, Villanova, and the Fighting Scrooge McDucks down I-64, the Louisville Cardinals. And it is good to get him. He is the brother of R.J. Hampton, a former five-star player who played pro in Australia before the Denver Nuggets first-round pick in 2020. He's also played for Orlando Magic and the Detroit Pistons. He chose Kentucky over Kansas, over Tennessee, over Louisville early in the cycle with every option in the country still available. In his own words, this is why he chose Kentucky.
Big words.
Yeah, his words, quote, "I chose Kentucky because of Coach Mark Pope and Coach Mo Williams. They showed me a vision and a plan for me to reach my ultimate dreams and goals. They will challenge me to be the best I can be on and off the court. They actually showed me from film and analytics what I can do to get better." It means they were critical on him, something that some players who've come in do not like. Clearly, this is a kid who's coachable. They are held to a higher standard, and the bright lights are always on. I am ready for the challenge, end quote. BBN, read that again. Coach Pope didn't sugarcoat anything. Nothing's ever given at Kentucky, and he's ready for the challenge. The story within the story was that Mo Williams, our latest addition to the coaching ranks, sealed this deal. Hampton specifically named Coach Williams as the reason he chose Kentucky. Williams is a longtime friend of the Hamptons' father, Rod Hampton, a former SMU basketball player who managed his son's recruitment. The personal connection, the NBA credibility, the vision Williams painted, it all came together. Pope's decision to hire Williams is already paying off, which is all the more reason to get him and Jamal Crawford on this coaching staff as well. This time last week, we were on Momcilovic watch, and that we got that big news, which was great. Pope was still trying to land that first big fish, if you will, and he did. And now, just 6 days later, he lands the big high school recruit. Right now, Kentucky Sports Radio, Matt Jones says Ryan Hampton is committed to Kentucky. Pope gets his biggest high school recruit ever. Jeff Goodman, Field of 68, one of the most respected national analysts, said it's a huge pickup for Mark Pope and Kentucky. Ryan Hampton is one of the most talented players in the 2027 class. Joe Tipton on X, he broke the news first, saying that they had committed. And Hampton's on Instagram, the 6'6" wing, posted pictures in Kentucky blue and white alongside a bearded Mark Pope, looking every inch natural in the uniform. BBN has been waiting. To appreciate how big this is, the narrative of Kentucky recruiting has completely flipped in 1 week, Craig. And I think it's very surprising how quickly things have changed and how people feel about this team. And I think that's something to take into consideration. Your thoughts on getting this big get on a surprise Sunday
what
announcement.
I told you about when we first heard about it, because I was this the Momcilovic effect. We land the big player, the one everybody in the country was trying to land. We get him. So that gives players more confidence in Coach Pope. And then you got Mo Williams coming in as one of his coaches former NBA players, former NBA All-Star and all that, coming in, bringing Hampton. Now, are you aware, or tell me if this is true, because I saw this all over X last night. His cousin is the number 2 player in this year's class, or the 2020. Is that true?
I don't know the actual familial relationship, but they are close. Beckham Black, is that who you're talking about?
Are they cousins?
Yeah.
First cousins?
I don't know that they're. I don't know. Again, I don't
It's
know
all
the
over X
familial.
that they're first cousins.
Yeah. Well, I will tell you that apparently afterwards, when this came through, that Hampton and Beckham Black and Reese Alston were contacted, and it sounds like all of those things are kind of falling into place. I do know that Beckham Black is supposed to be at Kentucky over the summer at some point. There is a key date to take into consideration: the EYBL Peach Jam, which is July 26th. July of 2026. Many of our top targets for the 2027 season will be on full display, and obviously Pope will be there. July could bring a lot of fireworks for BBN at that point.
What I took away was when Coach Pope did not sugarcoat it, like you said. Everything I read was he was very straight with him. You got to earn your minutes, all this kind of. There's not going to be any guaranteed minutes. If somebody's better than you, go back to the Reed Shepherd days. Why Reed Shepherd never started, but yet he ended up being the number 3 draft pick. And and so I think this will, as Good Deeds said, the ice is broken. I think signing Momcilovic and now signing Ryan Hampton, it's going to get us some more serious looks than we have gotten in the first 2 years of Pope's administration. So here we go again. No more. I ain't gonna say I don't want to hear it because I ain't nobody, but I don't want to hear no more fire Coach Pope. I don't. That's done. It's time for us to support this team. This is a huge get. Number 1 forward, number 6 guard, number 10 overall. This guy can play, and hopefully, playing the summer circuit, he can talk to some of his buddies. Say, hey, let's go win one at Kentucky.
Well, you talk about. I mean, you still have guys that are, Cam Williams, a junior. He could be back for a whole other season. I don't want to get anybody too excited, but Momcilovic
still
this year, he could come back and play. We've got some guys who are going to be here next year, and if you can build that base around three or four guys coming back, and then you add 3 or 4 guys in the portal and 3 or 4, top 20 recruits, it could really change things. Now, does it change immediately? Probably not, but you have to also understand that Mark Pope has had a lot of injuries and had a lot of guys that he's had to play out of position. And a lot of programs have injuries.
We've had more than our share.
We've had more than our fair share, but we also haven't been deep enough to be able to, sustain ourselves through a lot of major injuries. And we've had season-ending injuries for our point guard the last 2 seasons.
Early in the campaign too. Early in the season. And
so
this,
it's something to be excited about for sure.
If you're not excited, you're not a Wildcat fan. I'll you
can't be.
This was such. I mean, I think we were texting back and forth at midnight when
we were. And the interesting thing about this is I think now these kids and their families are seeing, hey, if we want to get that first bite of a lot of money that might be available, you either need to do it very, very late and have your life turned upside down for a whole other year, or you need to do it very, very early. And I think Ryan Hampton and these guys are starting to figure it out.
I saw in one of the Florida chat groups or Twitter feeds that their big stud player, I can't think of his name right now, but he was targeted in the top 8. Say it again.
Thomas Hawk.
He was targeted in the first 8 picks. That is $8 to $10 million guaranteed per year over 4 years, and he still came back to Florida. So who knows what he got paid? So it's not out of the realm of possibility, because I don't think Momcilovic will go in the top 8 next year, but it's not out.
But a lot higher of a
lot
different
higher than he would have gone when it was second round. But it's not out of the realm of possibility that we got Monchilovich back again. Now I think Moreno's gone. I think he has another year like he did last year. I think he's going to the NBA. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. We'll have 2 or 3 players from this year's team, good players, that stay over because the money will be better at UK than it is in the NBA.
Yeah, and I think we'll see that over the next couple of years until they fix this. Until they fix this, Wild West.
And who knows? Nobody speculated on what kind of money they've offered him. Because can he really offer him money? Because we don't know who's coming back. Because
we don't know who's coming. But I guess at the same time, if you get in early, you know, you got to make those commitments and you'll see what ends up happening. But at the same time, you know, you also have these contractual obligations that, you know, at some point, these kids are going to start wearing it. Maybe not this year, but in the next few years, they're probably going to be wearing their college stuff and promoting their college before they even get there. It's just money.
And remember, I sent you that video of Monchilovich getting off the plane and going to Paul Miller Ford, and they give him this big high-dollar SUV. I couldn't. I said, well, so I told Kyle, I said, let's go get on a plane in Louisville, fly to Lexington, and get off and pick up our car too, because
pick up our Paul Miller
our
Ford.
2 vehicles, because it must be pretty easy. But if we were 6'9" and could shoot 50% for 3,
that's right.
But
right.
that was a first Monchilovich commercial. You know,
it was.
Paul,
it
and I'm sure they didn't give him the car. He's leasing it while he's at UK, or they're just letting him use it. Who knows? I don't know. I mean, he didn't buy it. I'll tell you that.
Maybe he's leasing for $1 a day or something.
$1 a year, but something.
Yeah, but $1 a month. But at the same time, that's good advertising. If you're Paul Miller Ford, you can give a guy an $80,000, $100,000 vehicle, and he's going to be in all of your commercials for the next year. That's
and he comes in. He comes in the showroom. He just happens to be there when, like when I bought my particular car that I drive around now, the owner of Quantrell, she was there. And right after, when I was there to sign the papers, I don't know if that's normal for her to do that, but it was pretty cool. And we ended up talking for about an hour. So maybe
you talking for an hour to somebody? No way,
man,
Greg.
Just, you know, I'm making up for my shyness as a youth.
That's right. Well, I mean, it works, right?
I love that commercial. That was so cool. You know,
that's
to get that.
I'm telling you, I think that he's going to endear himself to this fan base. I think a lot of people are really.
Well, he said he would, and you know, he said, "I'm gonna." What he said, I'm bringing a bunch of buckets with me.
Yeah.
So that's he knows how to talk the talk now, and it's going to be exciting to play. Now, Alvey Abroad's got this is to make millions just to play 35 games is a better deal. That's true.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong about that at all. And you know, that's capitalism. You're going to pay what the market's going to pay you. And if you're a new movie star, you're lucky to get 30,000. If you're a Tom Hanks or somebody, you get 30 million for a movie.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's did I do that?
No, I did it. I can't see the chat. I can't see the chat today for some reason. I've gone into it, but I can't see it. Maybe
so it was. This is going to be. We're going to have to start doing more UK shows. I mean, there's just so much that you could really dive into.
Yeah. Well, we did save the best for last. You know, it's been a busy news day, but you know, Big Blue Nation, Ryan Hampton is a Wildcat, number 6 overall pick in the 2027 class, probably the best shooter. And you know, Coach Pope with the beard and Coach Mo Williams and the bright lights of Rupp Arena over Kansas, Tennessee, and Louisville. That is always a good way to start the week. I think the momentum is real, and so. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. Make sure that you like, subscribe, and share the podcast. Make sure that you check us out every single day at 5 o'clock. Hit that notification bell as well so you are notified every time we're about to go live, and you can get all of your news, politics, and your Big Blue Nation sports here every single day. I am joined every day by my friend, Craig Blanton. Thanks for joining me, Craig.
Sometimes I'm good friend, sometimes
Oh, my very, very good friend, Craig Blanton. Thanks for spending your Monday evening with us. Find us wherever you get your podcast, but definitely on our page. If you haven't subscribed to our page, make sure you do. You will get all sorts of good stuff every single day. Share it with someone so that they can also be a part of the Above the Noise podcast family. Leave us a review if you want to. That'd be even great. And make sure you comment below anything that we mentioned tonight that you want us to talk about. So until next time, make sure that you stay informed, stay sharp, and stay above the noise. Good night, everybody. See y'all tomorrow.
Okay, let's go.